We're now going to have a look at making the final adjustment, which is finding the tidal height, the low water height for the secondary port. Again, we refer to the table in the almanac for the secondary port. Here you can see mean low water neaps and mean low water springs and the adjustments that are made for those. We'll copy those over onto our sheet. So if the low water time height is 1.1, the adjustment is we add 0.7. If it's 0.4, we add 0.8. And both of our heights are not on those, so we need to make an adjustment for those. And this is how we can do it. Looking at this top scale for the first one, we know that if the tidal height was 0.4, which is there, the adjustment is 0.2. What we're going to do this time is go up. So each of these divisions here is 0.2, so 0.6, 0.8, 1.0 and 1.1 sits just there. On this scale we'll go up in 0.1 each time, so if I skip one, that makes that one 0.4, skip one, that makes that one 0.6, so 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, I'm just marking every other one for ease, and it's actually 0.7 we want, so we'll mark that one in on its own. And we'll draw a straight line between 0.7 and 1.1. Now in this particular case you'll notice the height is actually higher than this one, so we can just continue this scale on. So if that's 1.0, that one's 1.2, 1.3 falls just there, and we can do the same but in the other direction as before. So keeping it parallel, we can see that that lines up with this point here, and if we read that off the scale here, we can see that that is 0.9. So in this particular case we add 0.9 meters, which means our height here is going to be 0.9 more than that, which is 2.2. We set our triangle up in exactly the same way the second time round. 0.4 here, going up in 0.2 at a time, so 0.6, 0.8, 1 and 1.1 is there. On this scale, 0.2 going up in ones but only marking every other, 0.4, 0.6 and 0.8, but actually it's our 0.7 that we want there. And we join the 0.7 to the 1.1. That refers to 1.1, 0.7, and at this end 0.4 to 0.82. The low water height was 0.7. We find that on our scale. It is there. Go across on parallels, and we see that that it refers to 0.4, so we add 0.4 to the height. So our final adjustment is to add 0.4 to this height, which tells us that the low water height on the second tide is 1.1. And that completes our tide table for our secondary port, noting that these are the times that we actually use for our calculation going forward. And these are our new heights.